Thursday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where today we're going to be having a look at the puzzle on the screen, which has been recommended to us by none other than Clover, one of my very favourite setters, and someone I trust implicitly in their judgment of what is a good puzzle. And Clover has said that this is a good puzzle. She even said, I think, that it's one that I should attempt. So I don't know why that is, but we shall see. What's the puzzle called? It's called Cross About Dominoes, and it's by FullDeck and Missing a Few Cards. And some of you may know those two pseudonyms. They are pseudonyms of two very eminent maths professors. Those of you who are into your maths will almost certainly have heard of one or both of them. So this is probably very, very, very clever. But what Clover didn't tell me is how difficult it is. It's very minimalistic, and I've read the rules, and they're very interesting. It's about a concept called modularity and a concept called unimodularity. Now, do not worry, because these concepts are explained, and I think that they could be called things that make them, they're very simple ideas, but it's certainly a very, very original rule set, and I'm looking forward to giving this a go. But before we do that, I have some things to talk about first. I want to wish a couple of people happy birthdays. So I'm going to start with a 24th birthday today for Harvard from Norway. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Harvard. And also to Jessica, who turns 37 today, and your husband, Jolion, over in New York City. Let this be known to us. And also, I believe, Jessica, that you gave birth to your first child earlier this month, so it is obviously a big month for you. I hope that you've had an absolutely brilliant day today. I was very delighted to hear that you are enamoured of chocolate cake, and I hope that you've managed to get a sufficient quota to celebrate the day with. Now, next, Puzzler Magazine turns 50 today, or not today, but this year. This is a very big puzzle magazine in the UK. I'm sure many of you in the UK will have bought Puzzler magazines, or their Sudoku magazines, which are sort of ubiquitous in WH Smith's over the years. There is a special edition out. Look, here it is. And they made a special puzzle for Mark and I to have a go at. It's a cryptic crossword, and we're going to release the video of Mark and I attempting that cryptic crossword tomorrow morning on the channel. So do look out for that if you're into your cryptic crossword content, and we hope that you enjoy it. Other than that, we've released our 500,000 subs on YouTube free app. That has come out on Steam, it's come out on Android, it's come out on App Store. The feedback we've been getting about those 23 handmade puzzles is stellar. So do yourself a favour, give yourself a Sudoku treat, and download the app. The way to do that, some of you have been asking exactly what you have to do. Find the app called Cracking the Cryptic. Just use the search function on your app provider to find that. Download it, it's free. And then there's a pack of puzzles, which is this 23 pack of puzzles called something like 500,000 subscribers special. Download that, it's free, and play the puzzles and just eulogize and experience ecstasy for a few minutes. Now, what else do I need to talk about? Tomorrow is the 1st of September. That means it's Patreon Reward Day, which means at 4 o'clock UK time, we will be releasing a new little Sudoku hunt for you to have a go at. It's probably slightly harder than last month's, but not very much harder. And do have a go at it. You give yourselves a chance of winning a prize. And yeah, let's see if I don't think we're going to beat this month's entry. I think we've got close to 4,000 correct entries, which is just amazing. So very, very well done to everybody who entered this month's competition. I still need to draw the results out, so I will try and do that later today and announce the winner tomorrow. Other than that, if you want to play the patron reward and you're not a patron, it's very easy to do. Look at the video description and it will tell you where to click, and it's a couple of bucks a month to support the channel. And everyone who does that, thank you so much. We really, really do appreciate it. Other than that, nothing else to tell you. Let's get on with Cross About Dominoes, and I will read you the rules. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. In cages, digits must sum to the small clue in the top left corner of the cage. Now, here's the complicated bit. Every diagonal of length 7, 8 or 9 is either modular or unimodular. On modular lines, every set of 3 sequential digits contains 1 digit from 147, 1 from 258, and 1 from 369. On unimodular lines, all digits are from the same class, i.e. all from 147, or all from 258, or all from 369. So, what does this mean? Let's just pick a diagonal that's of length 7 or more. Let's look at this one. That is of length 8. So we'll highlight that. Now what we're being told is we don't know at the start whether this is unimodular or modular. Let's imagine it was unimodular, because that's the one I think I understand more simply. And let's imagine we found out that digit was a 1. Now if we did know this, then we would know that every digit along here had to be selected from the digits 1, 4 and 7. So we would be able to do that immediately. So that's how a unimodular line works. Let's do another line. This must be another line of length 8. Let's make that orange. And let's say this is a modular line. Now if this is a modular line, let's say we found out that this digit was a digit 1. How would this work? Well, then we would know that every set of 3 sequential digits. Yeah, okay. So we're going to have to do another digit as well. Let's say that digit was a digit 2. So now we know that the third digit, so in every set of 3 digits along this line, there must be one cell which is selected from 1, 4 and 7. Well, that's that one. One cell that's selected from 2, 5 and 8. That's that one. And this one must be selected from 3, 6 and 9, therefore. And then we have to keep doing this along the line. So in this sequence, we've got 1 from 258, 1 from 147. So this must be from 369. And then this one would have to be from 258. This one would have to be from 147, etc., etc. That one's going to be a 369 again. And that one's going to be a 258 again. So that's how I think the unimodular and the modular lines work. But obviously we aren't told at the outset what's going on, so, or which diagonals are which. So somehow we're going to have to figure out which way round they go. Do have a go at the puzzle. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I'm going to start with the central cross because I know that the triangular number for 5 is 15. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So there's only one way of doing this. The other cages we've got here, which must be the dominoes referred to in the title, I suppose, Cross About Dominoes, are all incredibly useless, I'm going to claim, because I don't know what any of them are. They've all got lots of options. So how on earth does one start this puzzle? Hang on, let me just read. Let me just look at the rules again. So presumably I've got to use. Maybe I've got to use the way these dominoes overlap with diagonals. I do know, I know that those 2 digits are low, and that one overlaps with that one. So this is a length 8 diagonal, isn't it? Let's just highlight this diagonal and have to think about it. So these 2 digits, do we know whether this is unimodular or modular? If it's unimodular, oh, no, we don't at all, actually. No, sorry, this is not how to do this. Because these, well, those 2 digits could be unimodular, and they could both be a 1-4 pair or a 2-5 pair. The only thing they can't be is a 3. You can't put 3 in both of these, so they couldn't be unimodular and select the blue digits from the 369 combination. That won't work. But I fear that making this a modular line is going to be even easier than that, because if you've got a modular line, we could have a 3 in one of those, and then the next digit could be anything of 1, 2, 4 and 5. The 13, if this was unimodular, no, that's still fine, because then this, if this was 2, 5, for example, that could be a 5 or an 8. And if this was 1, 4, this could be a 4 or a 7. Oh, no, 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 no. This is horrible. This is, well, horrible in the sense I have no clue what I'm meant to do. Let me... No, this is... I don't... I'm feeling panicky. What? I sort of assumed that when I put these digits in here, it would all become clear, but it doesn't at all. Oh dear, oh dear. I can't do anything I wouldn't have thought. Maybe it's the high digits then. Maybe I've got to put those in. Although I don't really think... Let's just check one of these main diagonals now with high digits. Now, how could we prove if this was unimodular? Ah, okay. Oh no, it can be. No, it can be. Ah, bobbins. No, I thought maybe I could prove it wasn't unimodular, but I can't, can I? What it can't be is 147 if it's unimodular, because these two digits only have the ability to be 7 from that sequence, and you get a repeat in the box. And it's the same with 258. If this was unimodular and we have to select every digit on it from 2, 5 and 8, we would fail because we'd get 2 8s in box 5. But if it's unimodular with 3, 6 and 9, that could be 3, that could be 6 or 9, and that could be 6 or 9, and then we get 3, 6 and 9s up here, and that square would have to be a 6 or a 9. And that's okay. Well, I suppose what we're learning then is that at least one of these diagonals must be modular, because we can only make, there's only one possible way of making a unimodular line in box 5. So if this was unimodular, it would have to be 3, 6, 9, and then this couldn't also be 3, 6, 9. So let's imagine now, hang on, I'm going to change the colour to try and imprint this on my brain. Now, if this was modular, then we're saying that 1 digits from 1, 4 or 7, well that could be any of them. 1 digits from 2, 5, 8, well that's any of them. Oh, and 1 digits from 3, 6, 9, that's any of them again. So it's absolutely simple for this to be modular. But it's relatively difficult for it to be unimodular. But it still could be. Ah! Right. What? What do I do now then? I haven't got a clue. I've not got a clue. I'm trying to think about whether they could both be modular, noting that this would be shared. But when I say both be modular, I mean I'm thinking about the two diagonals together, this diagonal and this diagonal. I know one of them could be unimodular only. So if I can prove that they're not both modular, that would be useful. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, because this is so much flexibility around the once you decide you're going down the modular route, every single digit on the diagonal can be in each set, I think. Although this is shared, that's the only other thing I'm trying to think about. You've got to put the 6 and the 9 on different diagonals. Ah, no, that doesn't. Ah, wow. Wow. Right. Okay, I have something for you. Yeah, this is right. This is right. So here's my thinking here. One of these digits is a 6. I'm thinking about whether I can make both this diagonal and this diagonal modular at the same time. Now, one of these digits is a 6. It doesn't matter which one. Let's just say it's that one. Now, because we now know, well, actually the way to do this is probably going to be to colour in a different way. So this is from the 3, 6, 9 set of digits. Now if this is modular, that means neither of these digits can be from the 3, 6, 9 set of digits. So that's going to be from either 2, 5, 8 or 1, 4, 7, and that's going to be from the other set of digits. So the point is that this digit definitely can't be a 9. So this has to be a 7 or an 8. Because if it's a 9, it's the same modularity as this, and this is not a modular line by definition. So let's imagine this was the 9. It doesn't matter whether it's this one or this one, it's going to be the same effect. But now what you're going to have is these two digits being a 7-8 pair, but them both having to have the same modularity, which they aren't. They're a 7-8. So what I mean by that is, let's think about this. So this blue digit has the same modularity, obviously, on both diagonals. So if this was from 1, 4, 7, let's just make it 1. You can see that this digit now has to be green, and that both of these digits have to be from 2, 5, and 8. Well, they'd have to both be 8 then, and yet one of them has to be a 7 by Sudoku. It doesn't work. That's really peculiar. That's the best adjective I've got for you. It's really peculiar. But it does mean that we've proved that one of... Hang on, what have we proved? We've proved that one of the diagonals here... Let me just get rid of all the colours for a moment. And let's get rid of all the digits as well. And let's restore the ability of this one to be 6, 7, 8 or 9. It means that one of these diagonals... Oh, we get a 3 in the middle. We get a 3 in the middle. It's not worth a song, but we get a 3 in the middle. Because we can't have double modular lines. We can't have a modular line this way and this way. And we can't have unimodular lines this way and this way. One of them is modular. One of them is unimodular. The unimodular one is 3, 6, 9 on a diagonal. So the 3 must go in the middle. There we go. So there's a 3 and one of these is a 6, 9 on the diagonal. This is mental. It's absolutely mental. So now one of these diagonals, either this one or this one, is unimodular, which means it's got only 3, 6, 9. So there could be a 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9 or 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. Which would make this cell have to be a 6 or a 9, or this cell have to be a 3, 6 or 9. Okay, that's less good, isn't it? And then the other diagonal is going to have 3, 7, 8 on it in some order, which we are not going to know. Okay. That is interesting. That is interesting. So although I don't know which way round... Oh, that's so strange. This is doing my head in. This is doing my head in. My head's official status is done in. This is weird. This is weird. This may make a lot more sense to people with more practice of modular lines than I have, but whether a diagonal is unimodular or modular, I can view every third cell on it as having the same property. And what I mean by that is that let's give this a colour. I'll give it the colour green. Now, and let's look at this diagonal. Now, I don't know whether this diagonal is modular or unimodular, but I do know that if it's modular, this digit's modularity, its 3, 6, 9-ness, reappears every third digit. So that digit would have to have a green property, and that digit would have to have a green property. Now, obviously, if this was a unimodular line, every digit on this diagonal is 369. So actually it doesn't matter. For these two specific digits, it doesn't matter whether the positive diagonal is modular or unimodular. These two digits have to be from 3, 6 and 9, and the same is going to be true on the negative diagonal, that digit and that digit. And now I'm starting to see how this puzzle might solve, because all of a sudden these dominoes have digits in them. So that's not 3. This digit is 4 or 7 by mathematics. I hope FullDeck are missing a few cards are proud of me there, the mathematics I just did. And that digit is 8, 5. Oh, 8, 5 or 2. You see, I'm certain I shouldn't be surprised that that's got, this is all from the same modularity, but for some reason that just did surprise me. I am clearly mathematically inept. So right, so I could greenify those. I think I'm gonna use colours here. Now that digit, oh, I've got it, I think. So by the greenifying logic of the 3, 6, 9s, I can just extrapolate that logic on any diagonal. This digit, which is not a green digit, I'll make it a blue digit. That digit on this diagonal, whether this diagonal is modular or unimodular, its modularity must appear in every third cell. So this is 147, so that must be 147, which means that's blue. And that must continue, so that must be 147, I'm going to claim. But now surely this one I can then propagate in this direction. Oh, this is magnificent. This is magnificent. So now again, whether this diagonal is modular or unimodular, that cell must be a 1, 4 or 7. That digit must be a 1, 4 or 7. So those digits get blue. Now we actually know what this line is, because this line is definitely not from 1, 4 or 7. So that is the third colour. And therefore this line is not unimodular, it's modular, and that digit is green. And therefore that digit is orange, which means it's not 1 or 4, which means this digit is 3, 6, 9. This digit then gets greenified again, doesn't it? And then that digit must be orangified to make the world work. So this is 2, 5 or 8, this is 3, 6 or 9. And now we can just do this again from this digit going back in this direction. Oh my goodness me, this is beautiful. It is actually beautiful, so that every third digit is orange. So that's orange. Boom, boom, boom. That's orange. Oh no, I suppose I don't know whether this is modular, or if I knew it was unimodular, then that would have to be a 2 or a 5. Okay, so I don't know about that yet, but that's got to be 2, 5 and 8. So what do I know now? I've not managed to hit these diagonals or these dominoes yet. Do I know? Oh, hang on, what do I know now? I know that I don't know how to do it. What do I do now? I think I want to hit these dominoes somehow, because these were so powerful. The moment, I'm realizing now, the moment you can color a domino in one of these, although that, hang on, no, maybe I'm wrong. That digit's not on a 7-cell diagonal. So okay, so I'm a bit perplexed by that then. So, is there a way we can learn which way round? We know one of these is unimodular, so there is a 6, 9 in either this diagonal or this diagonal. And then there's a 7, 8 on the other diagonal. No, okay. Have I? Oh, I think I've missed. I suspect there's something I can do on one of these diagonals now. And I just can't see it. Maybe I can prove that this can't be unimodular. If this was unimodular, so this was orange, then that would be orange, that would be orange, or well, and if this, okay, if this was unimodular, all of those would be orange. No, okay, sorry. Oh no, I feel like I'm drying up here, both in terms of my speech and in terms of my brain coming up with ideas. So what about if this was modular? So if this is modular, this is blue, isn't it? Yes, it must be the same as this one, because it can't be green. So if this was blue, then, oh, well then it's less powerful actually, because then I can't just fill in this diagonal with, well, I can fill it in with different colours. I could actually fill it in with different colours. Let me just have a quick look at this. If that's blue, then that's blue. Ah! Oh my goodness, right, we don't have to go any further. That's not blue. Good grief. This is stunning. This puzzle is stunning. You know, in the most weird way. Right. Let me explain. If this is blue, we know every third digit on every diagonal that's of length 7 or more that this sees is blue. Whether this is modular or whether those lines are modular or unimodular. Well, that means that is blue, but it also means that's blue. And that puts 4 blues in a row, and that won't work because we know blue is a 147 digit, and I can't select 4 different digits from 3 different numbers without breaking the rules of Sudoku. So this is wrong, which means that this digit is not able to be 1 or 4, which I think means it has to be orange because it can't be green. So this is orange, and now look, now we've done it. This diagonal now is orange because these two are unimodular. So we can orangify that whole diagonal. But more than that, well, actually loads more than that, because now I can also orangify the third cells on this diagonal. Those have got to be orange. I don't know yet whether this whole diagonal is unimodular. Although I suspect probably it's not, because that's going to put an awful lot of orange digits in the grid. I can't prove it's not. But now also, this can't be 2 or 5, so that's blue, which means I've got another unimodular line down this diagonal. And I've got another opportunity to put blue squares every third cell on this diagonal. Which I'm sure is very... no, I was about to bluify those on the basis that these are both blue, but of course that diagonal is not of length 7 or more, so that's absolute nonsense. Don't do that, Simon. So now what do we do? I've got some... I thought maybe we'd be able to get into these other cages, but we don't seem to have managed to do that. I suppose we can't. Okay. Actually, oh, hang on. Orange is 2, 5, or 8. So that does seem a bit suspicious, doesn't it? Because that's ruling out 5, 8 from that 13 cage. So this 13 cage is now either 4, 9 or 6, 7. Right. And that digit is reflecting here by modularity. Hang on. Is that right? So this can't be 5, 8. So this cell here cannot be orange. So this cell here cannot be orange, I think, because that's the third cell on this diagonal. Again, whether this diagonal is modular or unimodular. So if that's not orange, that's not 8, because orange is 2, 5, or 8. So that's not 8. And that what? Okay. Well, we know that 8 and 7 live opposite each other on one of these diagonals. So if that's not 8, that's not 7, I don't think. Which is very interesting potentially, but I can't see what it's doing. So whatever this is has to be the same as this, and also therefore has to be the same as this. So this is either green or blue. I don't know. Okay, but the 8 cage also now, I'm seeing that's restricted because that can't be 1, 7 anymore. This is very clever. This is very, very clever. So if that can't be 1, 7, and it can't be because these digits here are from 1, 4 and 7, so we can't make both of those 4 by making this a 1, 7 pair. This is not able to be blue, which means that is not able to be blue, and that is not able to be blue. And if that can't be blue, that's not 7. Okay, so that's not 7, so that's not 8. Right, so now in this box, 7 is up here, and 8 is down here, and that means this cell cannot be 8. So that's got to be 2 or 5 because it's orange. And this cell cannot be 7, so that's 1 or 4 because it's blue. Which... okay, no, that's not actually doing the business, is it? Oh no. Is it colouring somehow? Oh, further colouring? I don't see how I can connect these 1s and 4s together though. All these 2s and 5s. It's very symmetrical. I've got nothing here. What on earth am I meant to do now? One of these is blue. No, not blue. One of these is orange because it's two. We've got an 8 in one of these. So the third orange in this box is in one of these 2 cells. Now, whichever one it is that doing any damage to anything? If that's orange, no, I don't think it is. I'm not sure, but I'm just thinking if this is orange, that means that's orange by this weird 3ifying rule. That's orange, and that's orange. It would be very useful if that was true, because I get all sorts of orange done in the grid. I can't see why that's a problem though. What about if that's orange? If that's orange, then this is orange. This is orange. Oh, hang on, that doesn't work. Is that right? No, hang on. Maybe that... No, that's too many oranges in this column, isn't it? If this is orange... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a length 7 diagonal. If this is orange, that's orange by the rule of 3, which means whether this line is unimodular or modular, every third cell on it is going to be the same sort of modularity as this. So that's orange, but also that's the main diagonal, so that must be orange. And now I've got 4 oranges in this column, and that's broken. So that's not right. So that means this is not orange, so it's not 8. I don't believe it. So this now is orange. This is 8. It's just 8. It's an orange digit, and it can only be 8, which means that that's the 7. Which means that these 2 digits are a 6-9 pair, and therefore, and this is huge, because now I know, well, I know all sorts of things. I know this is the unimodular diagonal, so everything on that diagonal turns green. We know that one is orange, we know that one is blue, we now know that's blue by the magic of this being a modular line in every third cell, etc. That's blue, which means this is orange, this is orange. Good grief. Oh, look, and this is blue. So that digit is blue. That digit is blue. We can do this box by Sudoku, sort of. That's got to be orange, which is the same as that, which is the same as that. Okay, so we're not learning terribly much more. Ah, but this diagonal, that's of length 7 or 8. No, it's of length 8. I can't even count now. It's reduced me to this. But we can see it's oscillating colours. So that's got to be green. That's got to be green. Have we got any more like that? What about this one? We don't know yet. What about... No, that one we don't know. But we do know this is blue. So if this is blue, this digit is not 6 or 9. That's 4 or 7. So that digit is green, apparently. But that's not on any useful diagonals. Although we've now... Oh, that's a... What? How can that be a 3? That's a 3 by green. That's a 3 by green. This is absolutely mental. That's a 3 by Sudoku, or sort of greening Sudoku. So I don't know what this means, but it's quite unbelievable. I don't think I've done a puzzle for a long time that has completely astonished me, but this one is doing exactly that. Oh, you know what I know now, which I've just figured out? I know what that digit is. That's got to be the same colour as that. That's green. And also that's green. And that's going to allow me to... Oh, I see, I've got 3 greens there. Oh, this pattern is strange as well. So I've sort of got unimodularity on some of these short diagonals. But that digit being green, it's got to be a 6. Because it can't be a 3. So that's a 2. And a 2 is an orange digit. Oh, okay, but we don't... That's not long enough to be useful in terms of our modularity, but this 6 is useful, so that's a 6 and that's a 9. Ah, so that's not 6 anymore, which means that's not 5 anymore. So this one's down to 2 or 8. Oh, that digit I now know by Sudoku is blue. So I can do this one as well. That's blue. Oh. What's this? Is this blue? No, that's not blue. That's orange by Sudoku. This one is orange by Sudoku. This is so strange. Oh, I see. And now look at this diagonal. That is of length 7, and it has different colours on it now. So this must be a modular line, which means that's blue. And that means that's got to be orange. Have I got more? Is this? Yeah, I've got another modular line there. That's of length 7. So that's got to be blue. And that's got to be orange. I've got a unimodular line there that I've not spotted. I don't know how long that's been there. Apologies if you're shouting at me about that. I hope you will forgive me. That's got to be unimodular. This puzzle is an absolute head wrecker, at least for me. I've now got lots of things in this column that I didn't have before. That's got to be green. I've got lots of things in this column, so that's going to be colourable. That's got to be green. Oh, I've got all the greens in this row now. So can I... Oh, that I can get this one. I'm going to try and fully colour this. That's got to be green. That's got to be... Yeah, you've guessed it. Green. I bet you that's green. I bet you've got some sort of weird unimodular. Maybe you have got... Yeah, it looks like this is unimodular, even though it's only of length 6. Oh, I can prove it as well. Look, yes, that is green. That is green. So this must be, one of these is blue, one of these is orange, but that can't be orange. I've already got 3 oranges in the column. So that's orange, that's blue, and that's going to give me this. This is green, which I could have seen from the sort of implied unimodularity, and that's blue. So can we actually get these as well? I bet we can. We need blue and orange. That can't be orange, so that's blue, so that's orange. That's green, of course, and that's blue, and therefore that's probably orange. So we have coloured the whole grid. And all we've got to do... Oh, I've just seen something I can do there. That's a 7 by Sudoku. I don't know if I want to pencil mark every single cell in this puzzle. Is that really going to be the way to solve this? Or is there going to be... Oh, I know what we can do. Look, we can go further with 3s, because that's got to be the... You know, that's the only green digit in that string, so that's got to be a 3. That's got to be a 3. Therefore, oh, I see, that's a 3, so that's an 8. Good grief. Good grief. Where does the orange 8 now go in this? It's got to be in an orange square, so it's got to go there, which makes that an 8. It's not absolutely impossible that this puzzle... Oh, no, I'm not going to... Oh, that is 8. No, it's not impossible. It just collapses now. It's not impossible. Maybe not likely, but it's not impossible. That's 8. That's 8. Have we done all the 8s somehow, some way? We have. Have we done? Did I do all the 3s? No. I should have done. That could be a 3. And that can be a 3. So so I can get 6 here, which means that must be 9, which means that must be 9, and that must be 6. That 9 means that's 9, that's 6, that's 6, that's 9, that's 9, that's 6. That's 6, that's 9, that is 9. Good grief. And the greens on... No, they're not done, because I can't see. That's 9, that's 6. Now what? 7, I bet. Yes, 7. It is 7 in this box. There's 2 7s looking in. So that's 7. That's 7. That's got to be 7. That's a... Oh, I see. Look, that 7 is useful. That's a 4 here. Is that doing something magical? Probably, yes. 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 1, 4. I'm laughing because it's just so... It's so insane. This is just insanity. Can I keep going with 1s? I can, look, I can just keep going with 1s, 4s and 7s. That's got to be a 1, that's got to be a 7, that's got to be a 4. So that's got to be a 1, that's got to be a 7. What's this one? That's a 7 by Sudoku, so that's a 4. So that's a 1, and that's a 4, and all the blue digits are done. So... I did all the 8s, didn't I? So there must be a 2 or a 5 somewhere, which we can avail ourselves. It's this one. Is it this? Yeah, that's a 5. So that's a 5. That's a 2. That's a 5. That's a 2. This is a 5. This is a 2. So this is a 5. This is a 2. This is a 5. This is a 2. This is a 5. This is a 2. That's a 5. So that's a 5. And that's a 2. And that's a 2. And that is one of the most startling puzzles I can remember solving. It's taken me a while. Let me just click. Yes. Sorry for the fist pump, but I'm actually stunned about that. That is absolutely mental. The way that you can extrapolate, the way it doesn't matter for so much of the puzzle whether something is unimodular or modular, and that you can sort of start bouncing back the digits. That is an amazing puzzle. It's amazing. Full deck, missing a few cards. Collect the prize for most stunningly weird and wonderful Sudoku of recent times, and take a bow. Loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on. Let me know if you're just as completely amazed by that as I am, please. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.